How do you know if you're trying hard enough? No matter what you're doing, DMing, working your day job, earning a college degree, physical fitness, progress is measured in inches, not miles. It's very rare to see the kind of results that get you daily massive boosts. Say you want to get good at drawing. You sit down, you draw something. The image that's in your head or the reference that you're using, it's probably amazing. You have fun, but the results don't turn out quite how you hoped they would. So the next day you try again, a little bit discouraged. The results are either about the same or maybe even worse, and this process repeats itself until frustrated, you give up. Because the only way you can imagine yourself getting good at drawing at this point is if you put in these marathon drawing sessions where your wrists ache and your fingers bleed. And you think, I can't do that. And you're right, you probably can't, because you would hate it. Maybe this happened to you as a DM. It certainly happened to me before. You visualize a moment, a scene, or an atmosphere, and then fail to create it. You felt like the work that you put into it was wasted. Maybe you even tried it a few games in a row, and it still didn't work, so you felt like quitting because you weren't having fun anymore. And you think to yourself, unless I have the stamina to do this every single week, maybe even twice a week, I'll never be as good as Matt Mercer or Brennan Lee Mulligan, etc. I just don't have it in me, you say to yourself, and you're right, because that's crazy. You are never going to get massive results week to week. There are no secrets to any craft that will turn you into an expert overnight, or in a week, or in a month, or even in a year. You can't buy your way out either. We DMs love to do that. So how do you know if your effort is even going to pay off? How do you know if it's worth it to press on? I'll tell you. And if the answer hits you somewhere in this area, then please do me a favor and subscribe. Because you and me, this is a thing now. We're in this together. Back in March of this year, I was invited by a group of close friends to join a fitness accountability group. It was a note in the Notes app on iOS, and we all had editing permissions. We'd go in and update the number of whatever exercise we had done that day. The only thing I really tracked that first month was push-ups. My goal was 1,550, at a total of 50 per day. I would chip away at 5 or 10 every so often, but that never felt like enough. After 5 push-ups, my body didn't change noticeably. Surely, grinding out hundreds at a time was the optimal strategy. This was fitness after all, it's supposed to hurt. But it's not supposed to hurt. Not like that anyway. If you try to do too many push-ups, you get tendinitis. Then you have to stop doing push-ups altogether. If you try to DM too much, you get burned out. If you try to draw too much, you get burned out. Too much of something that you want to get better at, too much of something you like, will make you hate it. With ADHD, it's easy to assume that because our natural learning state is total mental exhaustion, that should happen anytime we're learning something new. But if you want to build anything, your mind, your muscles, your skills, our unit of measurement has to be very small, the smallest possible, just showing up. Pro writers will tell you this: writing every day for 30 minutes is going to make you a much better writer than just trying to crank out 50,000 words every November. I still love you, NaNoWriMo. Fast forward now to June, and guess what? I'm doing push-ups like crazy. I'm getting better at volleyball. I'm getting a tighter grasp on my nutrition. And I'm doing it all without suffering any physical or mental exhaustion. Starting small, building small, means that whatever I'm building, as it starts to take shape, I can decide what direction I want to go next. Doing sets of 20 push-ups was way too hard for me at first. So I got to 50 and 10 sets of 5 every day. Then every day I would start moving them closer and closer together. And then finally, when I hit that 1550 at the end of March, there was no thunderclap. An eagle didn't come out of the sky and land on my arm. Light didn't pour out of my eyes. But I had real results. More than just hitting the number, those little increments had changed my body and my mind. Now I can do 60 push-ups in a set without any aches or pains. And that's only possible because I learned to stop on purpose before the aches and pains. So if we want to run the engaging, atmospheric role-playing game of our dreams, if we want to do 1,000 push-ups in a row, if we want to save up to buy ourselves something expensive, if we want to write a 50,000 word novel, beginning, middle, and end, if we want to do anything worth doing, we've got to show up for the small work. That's our meter. Did I show up today? If so, I tried hard enough. If not, then today I didn't try hard enough. But that doesn't mean that we have to show up twice tomorrow. There's no punishment. Just keep building at your own pace, and I promise you results will come. And guess what? The more you build, the bigger that small unit of measurement becomes. What it means to show up with my workout in June would have been impossible back in March. But I'm here, and who knows where I'm gonna be soon. I wanna know in the comments what your small work is right now. What can you show up for today, tomorrow, and each day to build yourself up? Thank you for watching.